think people are really gonna watch this?
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS Radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready?
Nigga.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I'm here with
Your girl so fab. Hey, y'all.
the biological sibling duo of two dope siblings. How's everybody doing out there? Feel good? Feel great? I feel good.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm feeling okay. Yeah.
Got the smooth lineup. I'm not out here looking crusty the clown out here. Got that Mike Tomlin. Never mind. I ain't gonna start. So, how's everybody been, man? How y'all been? How's everybody? Hopefully everybody is good. It's been a while since we've been on, so we probably don't have anybody that's going to be watching today because our consistency at this current time sucks. But I promise y'all, if you just keep it locked with us, man, it's going to all come together and we'll all come back together just fine. So we appreciate everybody who has supported TDS Radio. If you have not gotten a chance to, please download the app. It's in the App Store, both Apple and Google. So go in there and just download the TDS Radio app. You're going to want to do that soon because we will be having content that goes out and we can let you know, we can alert you and let you know when things are going to be happening soon so you can get your tickets to events, or if we have special prizes that we want to give out, things like that. You'll be able to get all access to that first. Also, on the social media side for our comedy show, Top Secret Stand-Up Comedy, if you can go ahead and like our group and become a member of that. We're trying to create a community around the local comedy scene because from what we have been told and what we've experienced is that we are underrepresented in that department. So we want to make sure we want to continue to support our local comedy scene here and our open mics here, Victoria, Tico, Cheryl, and all those who are on that circuit and have created some lanes and opportunities for other comics as well. Matter of fact, since we might as well drop it, I can drop it more than once. If you haven't heard, we're having the third edition of the Top Secret Stand-Up Comedy show. So get your tickets. You can get them on Eventbrite right now. So let's do it.
Carolina, there is a private mission taking place. This is a grown and sexy event. No ticket, no code. No code, no entry. The vault is open again, and we are stealing laughs with non-stop comedy heat.
Our host is the fine Victoria McGraw. We got spotlights on Tico DeGaio and DJ Hot Dayum, and then the headliner, Artsy Musa.
Yo, excuse me, I got this. Get y'all damn ticket to the show. It's gonna be funny as hell. Well, at least I'll be.
Man, I know one thing. They better sell out. I need ass in seats, because we're about to have y'all laughing all night.
And another thing, be on time. Doors open at 6 p.m. and we gonna party before the show. DJ OB and DJ Block rocking the rooftop.
Anyway, make sure you come out and have a good time. It will be grown and sexy. This is a private event. Get y'all tickets now.
I don't know why they made her character just like anyway, but that is all AI generated. So we are AI friendly media network. So you will see and possibly hear AI generated stuff. Our goal is to trick you to make you wonder if what you're seeing is AI or not, because It's just two niggas in this on this media team. So we need as much help as we can get.
Literally.
AI is employees for us.
Facts. Because the way them commercials are AI generated, I said, yeah.
Man, there's so many of them out there now. Like, there's so many commercials that are AI generated. Now that I know the eye for AI, YouTube, that's all it's filled with is a whole bunch of AI. Like those little breaks when you're listening to something and somebody break in, that stuff is all AI driven.
And that's why they have moved to not allow people to make any money off of it.
Oh, well. Y'all would do that. Y'all would do that when we figure out the game, right?
Said catch up.
As soon as we figured it, they're like, no more money. See, using AI. So what do you have, Kim?
No Blocks rant today?
Nah, because I don't have anything to rant about at this current time. I really don't. I can flip it instead of having to rant, say, some positive things.
Do you have a praise report?
I don't know if it's quite there.
Okay.
Yeah, don't hit that button.
Right.
This is more so like an awareness thing. And you guys have heard me say it more and more, but I am an advocate for men taking their behind to therapy. And I won't out the person who asked because it is not fair to him. He may not want his business out there like that. But I will say that when I made my post about men go to therapy, I had one of my former athletes reach out to me and say, "Hey, coach, I think I need to go to therapy.
Oh, dope.
And do you mind giving me the information?" And I shared it, and I think he already had one session.
Oh, yeah.
So, for me, and men, please, y'all, there's certain things that we got to do. We got to get our checkups, get your numbers, find out your A1Cs and all that stuff. And we got to get that thumb in the bum. We got to get that has to happen.
Yes.
Right.
Because have you heard about Montel Jordan?
Why, he got cancer?
Yes, he did. They were able to remove a part of his the rectal area to be able to so it didn't advance towards another stage. But unfortunately, he's now at the point where he has to keep going to make sure that the cancer hasn't spread and metastasized. But he was somebody where he was constantly going to the doctors. He was constantly getting his checkups. But thank God for him getting his checkup, because that was the only way that they were able to know that he had rectal cancer.
Well, this is how we do it.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yes. Yes, I am. This is how we do it.
Damn it, that was a good one. I'm proud of you in that moment.
Let's flip the track. Take it back. This is how we do it.
So, men.
This is not how we do it. It is how we do it. He found out he had cancer in his bum because he was getting his regular checkups.
He was, yeah.
So at 45, man, I got a few more months. I got to go drink the drink and flush your bum.
Yeah.
And they got to go up there with a tube. But once again, one of the coaches, and I won't say what coach, but one of the coaches that I did have on my series, Legacy and Leadership, another brother who happened to be doing his checkup, they went in and found some polyps and removed them.
Good.
So, hey man, while it's not a comfortable thing, I am looking forward to it, because whatever you find, get rid of it, because I don't want no problems.
Yeah.
I tried to get one last year for my 44th birthday, and he told me no.
And see, that's the issue, because even when we talk about preventative measures, and just, not to get somber or anything like that, but for Mom's case, she was too young to be screened for lung cancer.
Yeah.
So, and I had spoken to a doctor a while back about it for the North Carolina Lung Cancer Association. And they said that they're trying to strive to get to points where people can go ahead and be screened, because your insurance will not cover it. Unfortunately, you can say that you want it, but you got to pay out of pocket. But typically the average age for someone to be screened for lung cancer, you have to be a smoker. You have to have a history of it. And then you have to be, I think, 65 in order to be screened.
So I got to be old as hell.
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy as hell.
Unfortunately. Yes.
What was this?
So how is that experience as a man, a doctor going, what?
So
can we get a doctor in here to talk about it?
We probably can get a doctor in here to talk about it because it's necessary to be talked about. I don't know how it feels. I just know what the process is. But then now there are more innovative ways to do that where you don't have to go through the bum. There's blood tests now that can tell you based upon what, your blood levels of certain cells and things like that. Because my doctor, that's the reason why he told me I didn't need anything, because the cells, somehow what he was reading from my cell count based upon the blood that I had given, that there was no concern for that. But with the tube, they put you in a twilight state, kind of put you half to sleep, and it's okay. Like you wake up, every man has the same story. They wait, hey, come on, let's go, and then they throw a towel on you, make you wipe your butt like it has been an unpleasant experience. So for those who have ever been a fan of this show or watched this show, I always say his name, so it's nothing new. But Chuck, my friend who got his screening and got checked out, if he tells you the story, it's hilarious. He was like, man, I felt dirty when it just threw me a towel, like, clean yourself up. You just sitting there with lube coming out like you went to a Diddy party.
I felt like he was exaggerating.
Actually, I don't, because there's a lot of men who kind of felt that same way. I don't know how this finger thing is going to work, because I would prefer somebody with a smaller hand.
Okay.
Because you don't want nobody with no big knuckles, because now we got a problem.
All right.
Story time, not a rant, but a story. I'll tell you a story about hands and having to do that for a man. So there was a gentleman in a hospital. I used to work on a cardiac floor as a nurse's aide. When I worked on the floor, he had to be decompacted because a part of what was going on with him. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, it's okay. Chuck might be watching. But the gentleman had to be decompacted. And if anybody doesn't know what that is, that means they had to go in and extract the feces out of him manually by hand.
We're talking about doo-doo right
now.
Well,
because hands play a part. And so what everybody was saying was like, well, who's going to go? And they were looking at who had the smallest hands.
Oh, no.
Because somebody had to go in there and get it out. So whoever had Trump hands had to go get it out. It was a wild experience to watch. I was not the person to have to go in there and get it out. And as a nurse's aide, they wouldn't have done that for me anyway. But somebody did have to go in and get it out, and I felt terrible for the brother.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane. In no way.
Yeah.
In no way.
He died shortly after that.
Oh my God. All right.
This is actually a factual story.
Let's get out of this.
That was traumatizing. I remember I was off for 2 days. I came back like, where's Mr. Such and Such? Won't say his name. They were like, yeah, he passed. I'm like, oh, last memory I have of him is being decompacted. And this man, history lesson, fought George Foreman.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious. If I gave any more, then people could actually go and research it. And I don't want people to do that, because I would not disgrace the family in such a way. But when I was talking to him, he had fought George Foreman. When I tell you this man had hands looking like he fought George Foreman, he had big boxer hands. He was a big man. Hey brother, can you hold my hand during this process? I don't know. Come on, man. Come on, bro. He said, come on, man, don't make it funny. I'm like, I'm not. His hands were huge. He was like, boom. I'm like, I'm with you, brother.
Right. I feel the same way, Kim. Like, she said they don't have tools for that. Like, you just going to go full on hand.
So they don't have tools for it, because I asked that question. And then it's because the hands can actually, I wish Varna was here. The hands can actually grab gently, because you can't have any tears that can't be stitched, because think about it. That's fecal matter going into an open cut. So then now you risk infection. So it was wild. It was a wild situation. Never want to do it again. So now, but to bring us up to speed, when it's time for me to get checked, I'm looking at hands and knuckles. Because you're not going to be with no big ass knuckles talking about, we're just going to go this deep. But that's 2 knuckles and your knuckles are too big, sir. No. How deep again? Because don't be back there playing. Like, hey.
Okay, let's get out of this. What is happening right now?
Hey, man. The hell? Man. How did you know? God is an interesting person or being, because what type of sick joke was that? When you get this age, we're gonna stick a finger in your bum. Nah. What? Why did you do that? Like, let's have that conversation in prayer, God. Why'd you do that? That's interesting.
I'm so sorry we ruined dinner for you, cuz.
No pinkies and bums. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we got going on. So make sure, once again, back to the funny and fun stuff, man. If you have not gotten your ticket for the third volume, hey man, give us some props for just being on number 3, right? Because how many times do we see people be inconsistent? So this is number 3. Make sure you guys get your tickets. They're on Eventbrite. Make sure you holler at us now, and if you got a few people, some groups, we got about 2 VIP tables left. That's it. We got 2. But if you got a couple people going, if it's like a little party, because I know there's a party of 3, let me know. DM us, hit us up. We'll make something shake for you. But make sure you contact us for the top secret stand-up comedy. That'll be here next Saturday. Birthdays. I didn't even check birthdays. Does anybody have any birthdays? Are there any birthday shout outs that y'all want to do out there? Please make sure you hit us up. You can always give us a quick heads up on info@tdsradio.com. You can send us your birthday shout outs there, or any shout outs in general. If you got something special, that's a praise report, something that you want us to read, any of that stuff, hit us up. We'll make sure that we go ahead and share that information. So let's see what I got here for birthdays. I don't know how many I got. Okay, I got a few. Today's the 8th. No, today's the 9th, but we'll go with the 8th and we'll go up. So happy birthday, Nikki Rose. Happy birthday, Squeak Upshaw. Happy birthday, Letitia Williams. Happy birthday, Jordan Jeffries, one of my former players. Happy birthday, Talisha Beecham. Happy birthday, Nicole Sampson. Happy birthday, Malik Vaughn, aka Millie Vaughn. And happy birthday, Glenn Parker. Happy birthday, Michelle Branch. And happy birthday, Deanna Lowe. So for everybody out there whose birthday is today, happy birthday, and let's get the song going.
Oh, wait.
Y'all ready? Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you.
And as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating. From the Sibs.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, everybody. So we got a story for one of our segments. You got it queued up.
That's wait, hold on. I'm trying to do too much. Hold
Okay.
on. Wait, hold on. I got you.
Right. That's up.
All right.
So
that's why we need interns.
Yeah, we got to get people to do that. So what is the story behind this? This is not that's effed up by me.
No. So this is something that's been going on Threads. If you guys don't go on Threads, you really should, because it's a lot more entertaining than Twitter. But there is a young lady who is being dragged for filth. Like, I mean, everyone in the comments is just like, you're terrible, you suck. Why would you put your business out there? But she essentially is letting everyone know that she regrets getting married, that she found a man that fulfills all of her needs and wants, and that he's an amazing man. But for some reason, she just feels like she made a mistake in marrying him. So we can go ahead and play the video, but that leads me to the question of how much is too much on social media? And then are people getting married just to say that they're getting married?
It's not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point, you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just, like, not thinking that I made the right decision. Like, and I am a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, at all. I've always had a dream of, like, getting out of my hometown, like, city, and moving on, like, moving forward. Like life is supposed to be experience. Like, we're supposed to be doing new things and traveling and all that. And I do all of that. But at some point, like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like, always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that. And I don't know, like, and there's gonna be some bitches out there that say, like, oh no, you should no, like, be fucking weird and not a real ass couple. But I really want girls to know, like, even if it's absolutely worth it, I don't think it is. Even if you found the most perfect man, it's not worth it. It's not. Like, it's always gonna be best to just, like, be alone. And maybe that's why so many men tell older women they're gonna die alone and be so sad. I'm sad with a great man. Like, maybe it's just, like, not my personality. And, like, I know girls are out there and they're, like, dying for, like, a relationship like mine. Like, he takes care of me, but, like, I'm sorry, like.
Needless to say, people on social media, especially some women, are like, girl, go to hell. Ain't nobody trying to hear this shit. So, y'all, thoughts?
Let's see if we have any comments before I start.
Is she doing too much? Because why you putting your business out embarrassing that man? She carrying on too long. She was expressing herself, guys.
Hey man, you feel like that every day.
Who, me?
Yeah, no, people. When you're married like that, you've been in long relationships, and you wonder why that person's sitting in the car so long, just going. And you be looking out the window hoping it ain't because of you, and it probably is. You need a vacation and go get one and go reset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything that she deemed as a problem, she then combated with, but I'm not going through that. So you're just having time where now it's a transition. There were some goals that she had mentioned in there that she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to leave my hometown. I didn't want to be there. If we were stuck in Pittsburgh, that's how we would look. That's how I did look. Right? I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. If people from Pittsburgh is watching, I don't care how you feel. That's how I felt. That was the premise of my divorce. I want to leave. I gotta get out of here. I can't take it. I just feel like I'm so behind. It's the truth. You feel like that in relationships all the time. Suck it up, buttercup, because you said vows.
And then you said that you had a good man and that you guys do things and that
What
you
you
go
get for marrying the
out.
person that you really didn't love. See, everybody is somebody's plan B.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't the person that you really loved. You married the person for stability. But the Tatiana in you has not been put to sleep. You still want to be a thought. Because what else is there in the street for you? What you want to do?
Yeah, because it was a whole thing of like checking in with somebody. So you just want to be by yourself. So why did you get married?
You want to be alone. Go do that. It's not out your system yet. And it's okay. For some people, it gets to a point where you're like, okay, I really want a relationship. I need this because the single thing is out my system. Some people, I could be single for forever. Some people, it's a balancing act, right? But when you're in a relationship, if she has not expressed this to her spouse, if say that was Chiquita breaking down to me like that, you need a vacation. You should probably go take it.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody feels that way. I would be lying to you if I said to you, I never felt that way personally. Mm-hmm. Did I make the right decision? Lord knows, what the hell? And don't add kids. You be ready to just jump. Take me, Jesus. So how she feels is valid. But suck it up, buttercup.
Yeah. And I mean, even to Jay's point, like, it definitely doesn't feel like you got married because this is the person that you wanted. Like you actually wanted to be a wife. You just did it because you wanted
everybody wants the show.
Dress. Yes, in the show.
So you had goals, and one of your goals was to be married. It wasn't to be married to him.
Right.
So you got married, but then now you realize this isn't what I really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. It's okay to feel this way, right? Now you have to evaluate where you're at. And then it's time to make tough decisions. Mm-hmm. Am I just whining and can it be fixed? Or I can no longer continue. It's time to let it go. But a decision has to be made. You don't suffer through this because you're only going to prolong the hurt for the person that you're with, who's on the other side thinking, my wife loves me. I married the right person.
Right.
Because he's taking care of you. You have absolutely no complaints. So you just want to be out here in these streets. And it's a cold world out here. You gonna learn.
Yeah.
It's a cold world.
Because it'll be the same person that, you call off your marriage. You don't want to be married anymore, to go out in the streets. All your friends is going to get booed up. You're going to be looking stupid and then talking about, I had a good man. Then you're going to try to get back with him. And he's going to be like, nah, I'm good. And hopefully he doesn't start a bitter man podcast, but
I mean... This situation would be par for the course.
Go to therapy. Don't do that. Don't
do both. In this situation, do both.
Because
she's talking crazy. You deserve to get that out, sir. You deserve to get that out because you're talking nuts. You know what I'm saying? So here's what's going to happen. You want to know what's going to happen next? Y'all get a divorce.
And then is your husband going to see this?
Probably. It's okay. Who cares about him? Clearly she doesn't.
All right.
So she's going to get a divorce, right? And then she's either going to get super, super religious, super, super Jim, and try to make it like, now look at me now, as if you couldn't have done that when you were in a relationship. That's one. Or you're going to go the exact opposite way and get dark rings around your eyes and then be lonely. Ask me how I know.
Shut up.
and nobody's going to want you because you had the person who wanted you. See, I am also a firm believer, unless you're in the polyamorous life, because I'm not going to knock anybody in their beliefs. I believe that you do get a chance to find the person that's for you, but it's not going to be perfect because nothing in life is.
Right.
But I also believe that you don't keep getting a chance to keep getting the person for you.
Right.
Like, you find the persons or maybe person, you get a couple relationships you're supposed to learn, and then you crap out. Because why would you continue relationships, even though they're hard? They're supposed to be a blessing.
Stop.
They're tough. But they're supposed to be nurturing.
Yeah.
They make you want to kill somebody. but they're supposed to be fulfilling. You're supposed to be meeting your partner.
Yes.
How many partners do you think you have? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you found somebody who checks all the boxes, but you're not happy with them, then you either married the wrong person or you're just not happy with yourself.
Yeah.
And there's nothing he can do about that.
I was going to say, I feel like that's an internal issue. Like, you really probably should take the time to get whatever counseling you need, because what's going on here? You know, and she kept saying it over and over, like, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And not to say, you know, just because they're a good guy doesn't mean that that's the guy for you. But it didn't seem like you had any complaints with him. Your whole thing was that you just wanted freedom. And what is that? Because I mean, what does that look like? I have questions.
What does what look like?
Because you're saying you want freedom, or you want to be able your peace and all. Well, what is he doing to you? Because I'm not hearing anything about, oh, well, he's
no,
done
it's in her head. She's driving herself crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so what really is the problem? Because you didn't mention not once, like, he's done this to me, or he's done this, or he's done this. It's always, oh, he's a good guy. He would bend over backwards for me, and blah 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 blah. So, girl, what's going on?
I don't know. And I think she should take the time to evaluate that. Do I think dragging her is a thing? I don't. Because she just spoke. We're in a time of social media and likes and shares, and that's going to make her go viral, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is not a person in a marriage that has been 5 years or longer who has not had that feeling, because you're growing. And at times in marriages and in long relationships, you grow apart. You have to communicate through those times. That's where the divorce happens. So as you're growing and the other person may be stagnant, or you're thriving and the other person's not thriving as fast as you are, you have to communicate through that. Hey, I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling stagnant. I feel like I'm not progressing. And then allow him to say, okay, so you should get a therapist to help you work through that. And then you should go do that. Because when you finally get the clarity of what's inside your head clear, you're going to realize, I messed up. You have a family. For what? What are you trading it for? And I'm not saying that some people shouldn't be alone. There are some people who are just not relationship material and they don't want to be. And that's fine. But you chose this life. You're in it now. So the divorce is going to cost you. So socially, emotionally, financially, it's going to cost you something. Are you willing to pay that price? And if you are willing to pay the price, then jump ship. But don't get mad when you see him move on and thrive.
Yes.
Because the same people who's watching you make this post, the ones that know your man, will scoop him up like a fumble in a football game. And then you're going to be mad.
Absolutely. And he just going to be cheesing and smiling. And next thing you know, you
my kid does that. She won't be doing it today. Story time. Yara fell out of her chair and hit her face off the floor. I should go in. When I go in tonight, I should do that to her. We get on each other's nerves. I changed the topic because she's crazy as hell. This woman don't know what she wants. She seems like a brat.
Ooh.
That would piss me off.
Okay.
You come to me, if I'm hardworking, I'm providing, I'm making sure we are in a position where you get to travel and do the things that you want to do. Clearly, you're in a vehicle. You don't really have no complaints. And I see that. You might need to go ahead and get them papers ready.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm a little bit older now. So I don't have to play those type of games. If you're not happy, leave. Why mess around and force something? You don't have to force anything. You have a choice. Stay or you don't stay. You just have to know that both sides have consequences. But the side that she thinks she's running from really isn't a bad look. It's just selfish intent.
Yeah. And I wonder if she has any girlfriends that are going to tell her, like, girl.
No, because they want her man.
I mean, that could be a thing, or just a community that will hold her accountable to say, what's really going on here?
She don't know. She wants to look crazy because you put it on social media. You want to look crazy. Why would you put that on social media?
Because you're looking for sympathy. You're looking for attention or whatever it is. And she did not get it. It was actually the reverse effect where people were like, girl, shut up.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because if you don't want him and he's fine, I take him.
I mean, anybody who tells you, well, we do that. We do go on trips. So he has extra money. What's your problem? Trips is extra money outside of bills.
Because she didn't mention kids. So y'all have some, I'm not going to say a lot, but you have some disposable income.
Yeah, she didn't mention kids. Well, if she mentioned kids, she would have a lot more tears. Kids make you cry. They do. Kids. Okay. Kids ruin a relationship. I don't care what nobody say. They completely train wreck your relationship. They come out, and I was called bitter last time I said this, only for Chiquita to know now that I was right. And I told her, you got to be ready for the change that kids get, because kids require so much attention. And if you don't give it to them, it's neglect, because they're only giving you love. Even if it's talking for 24 hours a day, that's them expressing their little questions and love. Right. You lose yourself with that shit because you have to take care of another human being consistently. You lose yourself. And then when you got a partner, now y'all both looking at each other because this person, this little kid, has now changed you and me. But if we don't discuss those changes between you and me, now we just mad at each other and looking tired all the time. So then the relationship does change. The kids directly change the relationship. But once again, you must communicate through the changes. If you don't communicate through the change, then you will be stuck. And then once you get stuck, you now have to realize you're stagnant and another person's growing. So now what do you do in that relationship? The only way through it is communication. If you don't know how to communicate and you have a child, you and that person don't have a strong communication before it starts, you are in trouble, because you're never the same person again. You're not even remotely close. And for all the things that a woman goes through having a child, physically and emotionally, you are no longer the same human being before that kid came out. Like, that person is gone. So now we have to figure out how we communicate the changes. If that wasn't established in the beginning, man, we talking train wreck. So when I say, kids ruin relationships, I mean it as a joke, but I mean it in a way where what you knew of is no longer, and you have to change, or you and that person will lose. She sounds like a person who has kids. Like, I would expect that from a woman suffering from postpartum. That conversation would get a totally different level of sympathy, empathy, and compassion from me. But when you're spoiled and just saying, oh, he does treat me great and everything, he does the right thing, I just don't want to be here. Okay, then don't put it on social media. Go handle your business. Get a divorce. You don't
like that man, girl. You just don't. Like, can people be honest? Like, oftentimes you do find yourself in a relationship where you just like, I didn't like that person, or that person didn't like me. Let's call a spade a spade. You married a man that you did not like. You settled for him, and now you're regretting it.
It's a hell of a settlement package, though, when you're talking about he does before we have everything. All the boxes are checked. That's a hell of a settlement package.
I had a guy that was willing to give me the world, but I was not attracted to him. But had I said, well, maybe, and settled, we would be going on trips. Now, would I have been happy? Absolutely not. But we would have trips. I would have things. I would have gifts and all of that. But I still got to look at you every day. So that would be me crying. Yo, I can't do this.
And I'm in the back, so you better suck it up. We about to go on another trip. You better suck this shit up.
Who wants to be miserable on vacation with a person that you're not even fucking attracted to? Absolutely not. No. No. Now I gotta go to sleep with him in the same room in St. Lucia.
Punta Cana. It's hilarious because we are siblings and so different. I'm like, you better love my ugly boo. Ain't we on vacation?
You would suck it up. Absolutely not. I can't. I would have flipped and lost my shit. I can't do this.
Same parents, totally different kids. I'd be like, you better love my ugly ass woman. Man, we living good. Scrimps and everything. Y'all mad because y'all lonely. Come here. She looked just like Wanda. Like, baby, come on.
Ain't no way.
Ain't we living good?
Ain't
We
no
eating
way.
good? Everything good? All the goods?
Ain't no way.
You're like, I can't do it. He looks like a turtle. I'm like,
because then you're gonna expect things. Now you're gonna want kisses, you gonna want ass. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
we all know I'll sell myself. So we got other things that we need to talk about.
We gotta switch gears. I'm sorry.
we know I'll sell myself. Man. Okay. I'm like, so where's the credit card?
Absolutely not. I'd rather work 15 jobs than end up with a man that I do not like. Ain't no way. And that's why she's in the car crying. That I get you, sis. You just don't like him and you're not attracted to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ticket. That's what it is. But you got to figure out how you're going to get out. And then what comes with getting out?
Whatever I got to do. Because I fucked up.
That's what she should be saying. That's what she should be saying.
I messed up. I chose the wrong person. I wanted to hurry up and get married, and he's not it. And she probably is expressing the fact that she's not happy, and he's trying. Like, let me just give you things. Let me just love on you. And she's like, no, don't touch me.
I would be like, your ugly self.
You're so cheap.
It's about what's inside.
There's a lot of inside.
That bank account.
Don't laugh at that, Sally. Don't you laugh at that.
We can fix all those things. Have you seen what Glorilla looked like before she got her surgeries? So we can fix that. She looked like the thing from Hey You Guys, Goonies.
No, she did not.
Yes, she did. Yes,
No,
the hell
didn't.
she did.
No,
Glorilla
she
was
didn't.
ugly.
She was not. Now there's ugly. I don't think she was ugly. She just,
You didn't. Oh, wow. Money changes everything.
It does.
All right, then. So we can buy you however I want you to look. Let's get the card. Go to Brazil. We can change everything we need to change.
No.
What do you want to change? What do you want to look like? You pick, we do. And that's it. Because you got the money for it. Two different kids, same
But
mom.
then the person also has to be willing to want to change.
You'll do it. You'll do it. You'll do it. It's empowerment. You'll do it. You'll do it. What do we want to look like? You can change whatever you want to change. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. So then the question is, what about this person is she really having a hard time with? Because there is nothing you can't change. There's nothing you can't do. There's nothing. She has a good person, right? So you have the foundation. So what is it that you really, really want?
What if it's a personality trait?
A personality trait for him?
For me, it's laughter. I have got to be with someone who makes me laugh. I laugh too much to be with someone who doesn't make me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So then now I got to sit here and deal with somebody that's not funny.
Hey
and
man,
don't
we
get my
got
jokes.
Hulu, Tubi, Netflix. We got IPTV that got over 2,000 channels. Find something that makes you laugh.
No.
And then we'll get back to this later on.
No, I can't be at peace. And then now I'm robbing you of potential true love because I'm using you.
I am your true love.
Anyway, we got Sally. I'm not doing this with him.
See, it's different. What do you mean, true love?
How am I going to? I'm literally taking you from somebody who might appreciate you for who you are in this moment. That person is not me.
You know I didn't when I met you, though. You knew that. That's the other thing. Let's not act like you didn't know I felt this way. You tried to change it. Well, that comes with a price. Give me the card. I'll see how I feel after I buy some shit.
Let's go to Louis Vuitton. East Saint Laurent.
You know how bad I want to go to Greece. Be like, well, I'll see how I feel when we get back.
You're the worst.
I need another trip just to make sure. Where do we want to go?
First class?
Yeah. You know it. You know it. I was thinking about Japan. Let's go over there. Then I'll tell you how I feel when I get back. Nah, still not going there. South Africa might do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That's
Let's go to
the
South
ticket.
Africa. That'll fix it. Come back. Damn it.
You know?
Yes. Italy. That was it.
That's
that
it.
makes you look so good. Let's go. And while you're doing it, you're living life. Y'all be making life way too hard. Way too hard.
Ain't no way. I can't do
See,
that.
those are
Can't do
morals.
that. Yes.
I have compromised my
Yes. Yes. I still want to be able to sleep at night and not
I
look
will
at
sleep
that.
in peace in
No.
that suite,
No.
in that hotel, doing whatever I want to do.
The only way I will agree to an arrangement like that is if we have separate beds and you don't touch me.
Ooh. That's going to be a hard one.
Don't touch me, and I need my own bed, and I'm possibly going to cheat on you.
You can't do that.
Well, hey. Do you want me or not?
That's a bad deal. I don't know if that, they're married.
Open relationship. What's up?
Oh, well, hey,
You know? Hey. Let's
Once again-
put some things across the table. It's negotiation, right?
Once again, I told you, I am not against any of it. So that's what you got to do to get through. What?
Jay, she
Well,
said you sleep with your eyes closed, though.
right. That's what I'm saying.
I still got to sleep next to you. And then don't snore. Oh, God. I'd be like, I am in living hell. Get me out of here.
Put a CPAP on.
And then I got to listen to it.
No, they have the silent ones.
There's silent ones.
Yeah. Told you. You can make it work.
I mean, like, let me get a life insurance policy out on you. I got to figure this out. I can't do this.
Get a couple dogs. Love them like you love. You guys will get me through. And when he brings his ugly ass down, just hug him tighter. Like,
I'd be like, just don't touch me. And we have to sleep in separate rooms.
and I'm the brother. Don't you mess this up for us. He has money. Hey, brother, how you doing, man? Don't pay her no mind. She'll be all right. I'll talk to her. We need the card, though. Okay, let's
Mexico.
Yeah,
She just needs a trip to Mexico.
Man, if we could just get to Belize, I think I can talk to her over there. It's an environment change. She might, if we can just get
Just
over
the climate,
if
that's
we can
all.
just get over there, it gotta be a suite though, first class. We good? I'll fix it. Yeah, I'll fix it. I promise you. Okay.
All
We have to change.
Yes, we do.
All right.
We got
So
business.
give us 1 second. We have some business, but if you heard, she's over there cutting up with us. So we have a
Sally's
guest coming.
back, y'all.
Yeah, we have a guest
Y'all know
coming
who it
in.
is.
Yeah, Sally came in last time she had wine. So we'll be right back. TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. And we're back. It's your man, Coach Block. I am with
your girl, So Fab. Hey, y'all.
And we have a guest with us, Sally Starfield. How are you?
She's back.
Hey, I'm glad to be back.
Great. So
I should have dropped the intro in here. My bad.
For the plug?
Yeah, I created one, but it's all good.
Okay.
Post.
Okay. So what this segment is called The Post. The Post is the place where entrepreneurs come to connect. And the goal of this segment is for us to find out all the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that goes into entrepreneurship. This segment is also sponsored by Echo. So what we want to do is talk about most of the people that you will see from this segment moving forward has some type of tentacles to Echo. Like, so the cool thing is it's going to be a wide array of people. The last person that we had on was Sharanda. Sharanda is the one who is using the Echo spot to do her mother-daughter makeup days, which they were called Slay, which went over great. I tried to get her to send the new video that she made because you guys seen last time the video that she made. So she had one that just passed this Saturday. Another excellent event. So,
and the interview is on our website. So tdsradio.com, click the plug and you can see the interview
and you
there.
can see it. So now we have Sally Starfield, who has her own entrepreneurial endeavors, but also has tentacles to Echo as well. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about first your entrepreneurial spirit and goals and job and everything that you do entrepreneurial.
Okay, I just want to start with thank you for having me back after last time. I don't know what I was thinking when I brought in that 42-ounce cup that might or might not have had 90% tequila in it. Then we're having a good time. We're talking about Miss Messy and the Miss Messy letters. And then I'm talking about DEI, and Ken brings out like documentation where he's done research. Apparently, he's writing a dissertation.
I wanted to be professional for the interview.
And is asking me to cite case law around DEI policies and explain some really technical things that I knew 30 minutes before
that drinking.
I arrived in the studio. And then I knew the next day after I slept late. So today I have coffee in my cup. So in my cute little Molly Daisy Chester cup with my dog's silhouettes on it. So yeah.
So it'll be cool today though. I do have scripted questions though to be professional. I do want to be professional because we're using some of this footage.
Yes. So to all the grant funders and donors who are supporting Durham entrepreneurs, yes, let us tell you about our entrepreneurial spirit.
So I want to make sure I am professional. So we'll go to the first question of, you're not only running your own HR consulting firm, which I do want you to talk about, but you're also connected with Echo.
Yes.
So what does Echo mean to you personally, but then also as an entrepreneur?
Sure. So I met the CEO of Echo when I was doing a startup weekend here at American Underground. And Anjanette Miller, our CEO of Echo, was one of the judges. And she gave the most critical feedback of any judge. And I thought I knew things. And she was like, well, did you think about this? And did you think about that? And then she was like, we're going to be friends. And and we became friends. And the more I learned about Echo, I became a supporter of it. And the Teens Tackle Hunger really spoke to me. And this mic is really high, so I feel like all right, anyway, I'm just gonna relax and have fun, and maybe you can hear me and maybe you can't.
We can hear you.
I'm gonna tell stories. So anyway, yeah, we ended up one of the campaigns that she had going with the teen entrepreneurs that summer of 2020 for is they were doing Teens Tackle Hunger. And so they were addressing the issue. As you know, all entrepreneurs, we identify problems and then we address them. And so they identified the issue of there were a lot of Durham public school kids who were going to go hungry if there wasn't a way to feed them in the summer, because Durham Public Schools was retrofitting their kitchens in order to serve healthier food, taking out some of the deep fat fryers, things like that, training their staff. And it's really near and dear to my heart. School lunches, because I was a school teacher. I was an assistant principal in Durham Public Schools, and my granny was a lunch lady. That was her career, and she was born in 1909, and she was a lunch lady back when you had to cut up the chickens and do the whole thing. And I think it's really important to feed kids. If you've worked in Durham Public Schools, or probably any school system, you've seen kids who are hungry before. And I just really admired that the kids saw that need. They helped find ways to use local chefs and donations and local farmers, and they had all kinds of different ways to feed our community. And they were being paid to do it as well, because they are entrepreneurs, and it was a job, and they were logging hours and coming up with solutions. So I donated to that, wanted to learn more about Echo, and then I actually have done some development work for them, as well as
HR work.
HR work. And I'm looking at Ken like, Ken, that's why you got a job, because you're so likable. And so Ken was one of the people who interviewed for the community manager position, and I led the search for that. So I do some operations consulting for them, and I'm still a participant. I think as an entrepreneur, you're always learning. And then I just don't know many entrepreneurs who are like, okay, this is my business. I'm going to sell widgets, and I'm going to sell the same widget for 50 years. That was the way people used to do business, but we don't do that anymore, because that widget is outdated in a few years, and so I don't have a product-based business. I have a service-based, but even with a service-based business like mine, like where I am consulting with people on HR, and there's HR compliance, there are laws, that kind of thing. But people, their HR needs change, and the workforce is changing right now.
Yes, rapidly.
And so 10 years ago, very few companies were talking about, do we do hybrid? Do we do, do we require everybody to be in the office? It was pretty much everybody has to be in the office. There were very few exceptions to that. And now,
my questions.
Yeah.
Literally, my question was, what's the toughest shift that you're seeing in HR and businesses today with, remote work and AI and all that? So what are you seeing in that shift in that space?
Yeah, I would say those three big ones. AI, definitely. Developing policies around AI, because here's the thing, your employees are going to use it, so you might as well have policies around it. And you're going to have some employees who won't use it, who need to, in order to improve processes. And so I think a lot of times we don't talk about AI being used for process improvement. People just think that AI is writing for other people, and that they're just being lazy and they don't have to think anymore. And that's just not true, because if we use AI effectively at work, we are thinking even more critically, because we're looking at, okay, this was not a way that I thought about this issue. And so this is what ChatGPT says, but then Claude says this, and then let me ask it, let me give it a prompt to play devil's advocate and, that kind of thing. And so I would say AI is a big one. Definitely hybrid work is a big one. And, it has to be, there has to be so many factors with the cost benefit analysis that an employer has to do. So should we be renting,
Yeah,
a space for $5,000 a month, $25,000 a month? There's on the HR blogs, it's really funny. People will post like they've done their HR teams will do their own little data analysis. There are so many people who are calculating how much toilet paper they're having to use now, like the cost of toilet paper now that their C-suite has required people to come back. Y'all, it's thousands of dollars for some companies.
Yeah.
Like just toilet
toilet
paper. And so it's like, use your own Charmin at home and just make sure you have a good internet connection.
Exactly.
We can even supplement, you need an extra monitor.
Right.
Like really, I think employers, and I don't have there are some people who are hard and fast, I think everybody should be 100% remote, or I think everybody should be in the office. I think you've got to look at the business.
Yeah.
You've got to find out why they need to be there, first of all. And what do people need in order to do their job? Do they need 4 walls in an industrial park and to see their colleagues every day? Some people may, but you need to find that out. And so you need to talk to the employers and the employees.
So how, going back to Echo and, even the relationship that you have with Anjanette, how do you feel Echo supports you in your endeavors as an entrepreneur and with your company?
Absolutely. Okay. That is a great question. And I can answer it in like 27 ways. So I started a new segment to my business and I just started making videos. Well, there are other entrepreneurs who know a lot more about making videos than I do. So I've had access to that resource. And so I paid $47 for an online course to learn how to make videos. And I've just used the Echo community. And that's really what entrepreneurs building entrepreneurs means. Like you can just barter, trade, resource share with each other. And so I have a friend who spent like $5,000 on a video course, like going, buying the equipment, doing all that, like getting trained. And that's great. But I'm not Martin Scorsese. Like I'm not making movies, for Hollywood. Like I'm just making 90-second videos on HR topics to say, hey, don't get scammed on hiring scams, or to new college grads, like, hey, let's talk about getting your LinkedIn up and running. Hey, let's talk about how do you, and it's called, hey, y'all, did you know? And so that's my series. So, hey, y'all, did you know do you know how to leverage the internship you had in college? And if you didn't have an internship, how can you now get some apprenticeship? So I just talk about things like that. But the Echo community, I don't know another HR consultant there, but I learn from people all the time. And so, and here's another way. Last week, there's a woman in the cohort that I'm in right now, and she was an environmental scientist, but now she has started a business. She's a licensed massage therapist. She's a Reiki master, and she just added a new segment to her business, kinesiology.
Yes.
Shout out to Holly.
Shout out to Holly Ferguson.
You'll get a chance to see her because I just experienced that today.
Oh my God. Y'all, it changed my life. Kinesiology, I didn't know what it was. I was like, yeah, I'll barter with you. I'll help you with your LinkedIn. I mean, I'm a desk jockey, I guess. I don't have a lot of other skills in my hands and whatever. I can make you a LinkedIn. I can tell you some things how to get to that magic number of 500 plus. That's why you have to have 501, because it's 500 plus to make you a super user, and it makes the algorithm do all the kind of things you want to do. And so, so we were going to trade on that. And so she's coming to my house next week, and we but I went and got kinesiology, and that's not something I probably would have done.
Right.
Definitely is something I would not have done.
Wait, how was it for you?
It was fantastic. There was a lot of things. There were some breakthroughs that happened.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mine. It was really transformative.
Mm.
Like it's a little too much to like take over your radio show and make this my own. You know, let me tell you about my health problems. Do you have a neighbor like that? I've got a neighbor who talks about like every time I see her, she's like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while." I'm like, "Hey," she's like, "I've got gout." And I'm like, "You had it last time I saw you. See ya. I'm headed to the park." And she's like, "My dog's got gout." No, I don't even think a dog can have gout. I'm serious. She just wants to say. But you know how some people just want to talk about their health problems? If they run out of them, they just start like misappropriating their health problems to their animals or their children or whatever. I know if we have veterinarians listening, please tune in and let us know. Can a dog have gout? Because I don't think Bethy the Beagle has gout. I'm just telling you.
Well, with you even talking about meeting Holly, is that something that you would say separates Echo from other programs and entrepreneurial spaces of just the connections that you're making?
Yeah, I think so. And I think every week, you know, you just learn from sometimes you learn from other people's pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm always happy to share stories and talk about, you know, like, hey, let me tell you something that I learned the first year I was in business, you know, when I should have charged a client tens of thousands of dollars and I kept doing the work and never got a contract signed and I got paid $0. So I tell people things like that, but I've learned from them. And we had a finance guy talk the other day and I knew some of what he said, but I knew none of that 2.5 years ago. And I did not learn any of that in a class. I learned it the hard way, the things he was talking about finance. So, but you can meet other resources. You can meet other people who they can, you know, you can get hired, you can find clients there, but you can also find other people on the entrepreneurial journey. And you just have this shared experience.
With you talking about the entrepreneurial journey, what do you lean into or who do you lean into when you're having those rough days as an entrepreneur? Because a lot of people hear entrepreneur and they think you're just going to be working for yourself and shit's going to be great. And that's so not the case, right? So what do you lean into on those hard days of being an entrepreneur, or who do you lean into? Do you have a mentor, faith? Where do you go into any of your self-care for that process?
I would say a lot of spaces. I mean, I think I told you one day I was having an ethical situation with a client. Do you remember that this summer? And I'm like, I've got to tell a client that he cannot do X, Y, and Z with a pregnant employee.
Right.
With just some policies that they were trying to do. And so I don't know that you really gave me advice, but I'm like, I've got to have this hard conversation with this employee, or I mean, with this employer, you know, and I still, you know, want to be his consultant. But here's the other thing that has made being an HR consultant really different now. Do you know a lot of people are going to ChatGPT for their HR consulting?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yes, they are, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, and this is very serious. This is me not being funny. This is very serious. The IRS does not put tax code in ChatGPT. So you have to make sure that you are, as an employer, that you are categorizing your employees correctly. So if it's a 1099 employee, a W-2 employee, exempt, non-exempt, that, you know, if they are an international person, who making sure that you have the right visa paperwork and documentation, and especially now, and people are still hired on visas. And so don't go to ChatGPT for that and think it's going to be right. It may give you an answer, but you do not know if it's right. And so you and I had that conversation. And that's another thing I learned at Echo. Because I really do believe in using AI for beyond just having Instagram tell me what kind of makeup I need to buy. That's predictive AI, but I really do believe in it, using it beyond just writing. I believe in using it to improve processes, a lot of things. But we at Echo, Ken brought in an AI expert, Keenan. Shout out to Keenan. Keenan Smith. He's so good. Y'all look him up on LinkedIn and look up his website. And I've just learned a lot of things from him. Things that I want to do and implement in the future, especially with what he does with video, which I know y'all are doing now.
Yes.
So,
now we got 2 questions before we get you out of here, because we also have the CEO waiting outside. So the one question is, Echo has 3 pillars, right? So you have the tailored learning, you have the access to capital, and the trusted relationships. Which one do you identify with the most?
Trusted relationship. I mean, I've benefited from the tailored learning for sure. But trusted relationships, I just know that there are people I can call when different things come up in my business. And maybe something comes up for one of my clients. Maybe if I have I don't have many clients who own restaurants, but I know that we have somebody on our board who owns restaurants. I could go to if a question came up that was beyond the HR scope that my restaurant owning client would need. I know that I could go to a member of our board. Definitely trust relationships. Just thinking about some of the people we have who we hire for different events. I've been doing a lot more event planning recently, which y'all, I'm not an event planner. You won't find that anywhere on any of my resume or anything like that, but I'm fun. So I know how to throw a party and get the right people in the room and make sure everybody has something good to eat, because I got that lunch lady gene and I like something good to drink. So anyway, so I end up planning events. I do. I'm very proud of it. I've got a bunch of degrees and all that, but I'm serious. That lunch lady gene, that serves me more every day than a master's degree in school administration and principal's license from 2006. I don't use that every day. I use my lunch lady gene every day. I can feed 850 people in an hour and a half. As long as you serve on both sides of the table. Don't be serving on one side of the table. That's a rookie move. I can't stand that when I see that.
I know, it's terrible.
I went to a funeral recently and they did that. I'm like, how long do you want these people to be here?
Exactly. Goodness.
Okay. I love it. So the last question of the plug, which we kind of already did it already, but let's do it again. One of the cool things that we want to do is always shout out somebody who we should connect to next. So that'll be the person that we hit up and show this clip of the interview saying, basically tag you're it. So who's the next person you'd like to plug for us to do an interview on the plug?
Anna Bloodworth, you are up. Anna Bloodworth has an angelic Reiki business called Worth Wisdom. And I've been to that too. We've done some bartering back and forth. She's in our cohort right now at Echo, and she's just my friend. And her daughter has been involved in Echo because she's a teen artist. She's a teenager and she's an artist, and she's worked on the Shaboka magazine in the past. But Anna Bloodworth is hilarious. She has a really unique business model. That's the thing. For a lot of people, like if you go to SCORE, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but the small business community associations that are sometimes, I guess, they're just at different learning institutions. And, SBA, all these, a lot of times they don't know what to do with non-traditional businesses.
Absolutely. Agreed.
And they don't know what to do with consultants a lot of times. They know what to do with product-based businesses, but a lot of times they just don't know all these really niche-y things. And so that's like somebody with an angelic Reiki business. And I know like one of the things that I really like her, respect her, and I know she has benefited a lot from Echo.
Well, tag.
Okay. All right.
I want to hear it.
So
you're next.
You're coming, baby.
You're next up. You'll be hit up by TDS to be on. Pick a Tuesday. Let's get rocking. So go ahead. Give your shout
There
out.
are 2 R's in my last name when you look me up on LinkedIn. Sally Starfield with 2 R's.
I'm glad you might as well did this. I was about to say, so Sally, how do we get in contact with you?
So get it right, damn it.
So Sally, shout it out. How do we get in contact with you if we need your services?
All right. I do have a website, but I really, y'all, that's one of the things I've been telling people. I have run my business off of LinkedIn. Just my personal profile on LinkedIn, Sally Starfield with 2 R's is the best way to get in touch with me.
Sounds good. And next up, we got the plug of the plugs. That's Jeanette Miller coming up next, the CEO of Echo. So stay tuned, stay locked in. We'll be right back.
Thanks, y'all. I talked.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't.
There you go.
I can hear myself. I sound good.
Come on, NPR.
You saw into my soul.
Up next, we have
1000%. This American Life, Radio Lab. Does anybody remember what was the Car Talk? Car
Yes.
Talk?
Mhm.
That was early days.
Yes. Yes.
Let's do it. So we're back. It's your man, Coach Block. I am here with,
Your girl so fab. Hey y'all.
and to my right, you all's left, we have. We're gonna. Am I doing the introduction?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's your
I want you
boss.
both to do it.
Okay. Okay. Anjanette Miller, the plug of all plugs, CEO of Echo, nonprofit here in Durham. But when I tell you she is the connector, the facilitator, I promise you, I have not met anyone so humble but know so many people before in my life. When I met Ari, one of the students, she said, Anjanette knows everybody. And you always go, yeah, okay. No, she didn't lie. Anjanette knows everybody. So here we are with Anjanette Miller right here at the table. And she's also my new boss.
Look at that.
Which she probably hates that I just did that, but it's okay.
No, actually, when we get into like Echo and our whole mindset and just that what keeps us grounded is the whole entrepreneurs building entrepreneurs is I wanted you to tell your story because you're right. Like I know a lot of people and there are several people that I met that helped me do that, right? That introduced me to people or said, oh, Anjanette, I need you to meet this person because this person does this. And so just collecting people because as entrepreneurs, that's what we need.
Yes.
Like somebody's going to come to me and say, I don't know how to do financials. I'm like, me either. But I know people who do. Right. So at some point, I do want you to tell your story and how I'm your coworker and also boss
and mentor. Because one day, if it wasn't for her, one day when I was doing the jamboree, I had a breakdown. I came in like, so how do you deal with people who are just trying to grab things from you and don't have any vested interest in the bigger picture? She's like, just let them have their space. They're just trying to get in, Ken. Relax. Because I'm like, I swear, if I get one more call, I was over it. But having that mentor that was able to separate and be like, look, let me tell you what you need to do, boss. Let's not take it personal. Like that was the biggest take I took away from it. It's like, don't take it personal. You have something that's good and people want to attach to it. It's not a bad thing. So I had to take a step back like, okay, all right, I won't get pissed because I'm telling you, the next phone call that comes through, it's not going to be Coach Block. It's going to be Ken. And now we're on. But I digress. Here we are. And the one thing that we told you in the beginning of this segment is that Echo is sponsoring the segment that we have, the plug. And the reason why is because we have this great event that is going to be coming up called the Deep End, which is the capital campaign that we're having. And there's stories. There's so many stories that we're going to be talking about. So there's a lot of interviews. And that's why we wanted Sally to be in first. And we want Anjanette to be in first because they're going to take us to a plethora of other people. So what I wanted to start with first is the three pillars that we're really going to be talking about with other people who come on, which is the tailored learning, access to capital, and the trusted relationships. How did you get those things and how did they get curated? How did you come up with this? Because there's so much going on in Echo. How were you able to put it in those three tiers and columns?
Well, it definitely was a bit of a journey to kind of define it that way. And I'll start with early on. So I moved to Durham in 2019. I took over a youth entrepreneurship startup nonprofit from a Duke student in early 21. And as I entered then into, we merged and we entered into like this continuum starting at age 13 through adulthood. So I'm introduced into the adult space and recognizing, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I never called myself that. I owned my own business for 20 plus years. I had been selling art and things. And like, I'd been an entrepreneur my whole life and I never called myself that. So having the recognition at 50 of like, oh, I am this. And then really looking into this kind of cottage industry of an entrepreneurial support organization. That didn't exist when I started my business in 2000. You had the SBTDC, and you could go to the community college and you could meet with very well-meaning volunteers that would help you with like your business plan and your things, right? But there weren't entrepreneurial support organizations. So as I'm looking and learning about this and talking to people, there were these kind of three main obstacles for people that were struggling to make a go. So access to quality education, access to quality mentorship or coaching, and then access to capital. Then I started thinking, oh, all of the ESOs and a lot of service providers and a lot of like the SBTDC and like a lot of that, it's really easy to do the first two, right? It's really easy to curate some quality education and put together a network of some quality coaching or mentoring, sometimes free, sometimes low entry, sometimes expensive. It's really, really hard to get in that access to capital.
Yes, absolutely.
I was just talking to one of our Echo entrepreneurs outside on the street before coming in, and we were talking about this exact thing. Everybody knows it takes money to make money.
Absolutely.
Period. Everybody knows it. Nobody wants to give away their money. Nobody's giving So when we say access to capital, then it's almost just like banks and CDFIs. And if you have a startup, venture capital and finding your investors. But what about just some easy get paid to do a thing? Right. Get paid to share your talents, your skills, your knowledge with others. So I started playing around with all of that, and we flipped our model as well to be user-centered. I want you, who are both entrepreneurs, on the ground doing something right now, right? My experience is a little different as like a startup nonprofit, slightly different, and I'm a little bit farther along maybe than other entrepreneurs. I want you all to inform me. What do you need? Like the entrepreneur that I met with earlier, she was like, we need this. We started even thinking about menus because we're all different and in different places. So maybe you come in and you're like, I don't need an appetizer, right? I've already done that. I'm 8 years in. I don't need an app. I don't even need the entree. I need some dessert. I need some dessert, and I want to make sure the dessert is good, that there's quality to it. So thinking about then that tailored learning, it's not superficial. It's brought to you. Come to me and say, oh man, I need help with financials. I go find somebody in our network. Hey, we've got a bunch of entrepreneurs that are really needing help understanding financial narratives or how to even get started. And we build a program, we stand it up, everybody comes, learns the things. And then we're also wanting to kind of build that if you come to the thing, there's always a deliverable. You accomplish something, you cross something off your list. So that's that tailored learning. It's from the ground up.
Yes. And you actually went into one of the things that I wanted to talk about, which I think is unique. And I like it because I didn't look at it until you said, I don't like panels. And then Kim also was like, yeah, they're a waste. And so panels. Can you discuss, like, when we talked about the deliverables, those are things that, we definitely want to make sure anybody who gets involved with us, there's something that you're going to have tangible out of it. But can you talk to the crowd about, why you're not a fan of panels, and then the deliverable aspect that you want to bring into anything that we do at Echo?
For sure. So to clarify, I'm not anti-panel. There is a time and a place for them. But if that's all that's kind of offered, if we want to stand up access to capital, right, and we want to build something to help entrepreneurs, a panel does not do that. And even accomplishing what you may want to accomplish with a panel of like bringing in different guests from different sectors, right? So bringing in someone from a CDFI, bringing someone in from a bank, maybe an investor, an angel investor, or a venture capitalist, bringing people in, but have them be in conversation and not at. That's very kind of one way, a panel. But there is a place for it. But I always want there to be something then after. So now it's kind of like the now what? Right. Now what? So I've learned about this and I met some people. Now what? Again, I'm going to refer back to the entrepreneur I've just met outside on the street. that's what they did today. She and her partner went and talked to banks today, just to kind of learn what was going on, and kind of were treated dismissively. So what Echo could do when we're talking about like that depth and anti-panel is I know people at CDFIs and I know people at banks, and so can Echo cultivate a deeper relationship, organization to organization, so that when we have entrepreneurs that are looking to build banking relationships, we make that introduction. We are helping the bank understand where the entrepreneur is and what the bank is going to need, and vice versa. We're helping the entrepreneur understand what does the bank need, and then connecting them with people that could help them move the needle. So I want Echo to be, again, in that space of tailored learning, so standing up programs that move the needle, have deliverables. You're leaving anything we do crossing something off your list.
Absolutely.
Or moving closer. And then the trusted relationships. So the kind of near peer that, like Sally, I don't know if Sally talked about that.
We didn't get to it.
Oh my gosh. Talk about like this kind of master connector. But Sally, here's the thing. And then she's like, oh, I can help you.
Yep.
So Sally's in our current cohort, the Roots to Results. And we have 12 people in the cohort. And she's probably hung out with all of them outside of the class and either patroned their business. Is that the right word? Patronized?
Patronized.
Right. Their business, or help them with a LinkedIn profile because she loves doing that, or provided them advice. Like, she's connected with everybody. And a lot of our entrepreneurs in this cohort have done that. So that's that trusted relationship that you could count on someone else. There's a space so you could be vulnerable and say, I don't know how to use Facebook.
Right.
What's a Facebook group? How do you do that? And somebody could say, I know how to do that. Right. And then also can Echo, as the infrastructure, build the trusted relationships with other organizations that they come in and they're helping and providing services. And that we're all just entrepreneurs building entrepreneurs. We're just all there for one another, holding each other accountable, trying to just always do better, be better.
The one thing that we have been collectively doing is just researching other businesses in this space, other nonprofits in this space. And what I have not come across yet is the youth aspect.
Right.
What was the trigger for you to say, we're also going to incorporate youth? Because I don't see anybody else that's specifically targeting youth with entrepreneurship. They may dibble dabble in some programming, but you literally, I got adult programming, I got youth programming. So what triggered it to say, no, we're going to include the youth?
So in 22, I had been 1 year in as the executive director of a youth entrepreneurship program that grew out of Duke University. And I took over for that founder, that student at Duke, once he'd graduated. But it had gone through a pilot. It had one other cohort before the pandemic, and it had legs and people liked it. And I met this founder, Quincy King is his name, and he happens to still be on our board. Shout out to Quincy. We had met at a different function where he was doing an advert, and I was like, I love what you're doing here, and I would love to help. So came on, he was like, how much do you want help? Because I need an ED and I don't have any money. So I was like, okay, I don't know. So got involved with that. And 1 year in, we knew that we were going to receive some federal grant money to kind of pilot this idea of a YMCA meets Techstars, but for teens. So this idea of cultivating and building an entrepreneurial mindset, introducing them to startup space and social innovation, but also just a safe third space. So we knew we were going to get that grant. And we also knew there was an adult entrepreneurship program that was deeply rooted in Durham, that was working with adults that we categorized it as necessity-driven entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So those entering into entrepreneurship at the lowest barrier point, right? Often working other jobs, some making less than fair living wage. And we started talking at first in some capacity building. I wanted their curriculum for our students, anybody who had a business they wanted to start, right? We could use their curriculum. But then the board started talking and the ED started talking about, what if we built a continuum? What if we built from at the time it was high school and up. We extended that 1 year later. Once we merged 1 year later, we started opening up to middle school students. And here's why. what we saw with the adults is that although they had entrepreneurial mindsets, like the resiliency, right, that opened opportunity, just the doggedness and the passion, all of that was there. They still were entering in like small growth Main Street businesses that it's so much harder. It's just so much harder. And often because they'd never been invited into, right, networks or opportunities or space to grow something that would be a trending or high growth business, right, in that startup space. Almost like me. I developed a software. My business that I owned in Dallas, part of it was an educational advocacy. So it was one-on-one and small group, and we went into schools. And at one point I had some graduate students that were computer science majors. And they were like, Anjanette, you know that thing that you go and you go to the schools and you kind of train the teachers how to do things? We could put that on a platform.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. I don't know how to do that. Like, do you know how to do that? They were like, of course we know how to do that. We can't do what you do, but we could put it on a platform.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they did. And I was like, okay, you do it. Like, we'll figure out how to sell it or whatever. And then we did. And then it got acquired. I didn't even know that was a word to talk about, like software getting acquired or a venture getting acquired. I didn't even know that till I moved here. Now I know all the jargon, but I sold it. I sold it. It's shelved now because it was around like SAT, ACT stuff. But like, there are entrepreneurs that, just doing a service like I was, just educational advocacy, meeting with parents, with teachers, with kids, and then had an opportunity, was invited into some startup space. So watching that and watching how hard that was for adult entrepreneurs. Then we look at the kids that were participating in the youth programming. Historically, those students, when we think about like the tracking we were doing around, it was a membership model. So if your family qualified for free and reduced lunch, you could join the program for free. 90% of students that were participating year after year were qualifying for free and reduced lunch, or the families would qualify. So demographically, they could have been the children of the adults.
Right.
They only wanted to do startup. They only wanted to get involved in social innovation. They didn't call it that, right? They weren't saying, oh, I want to develop a fintech app, right? They didn't know that, but they wanted to solve that kind of problem in that way. And so my long-term bet is, if we're working with 13 to 22-year-olds and we're providing some quality education, we're providing exposure, like our students every year, at least once a year, maybe twice, 3 times a year, they're having dinner with Mayor Williams.
That's awesome.
They just sit down with the mayor, which even to me is a big deal. And I've talked, I've known him for a number of years now. He's a huge supporter of our program. Shout out Leo. But like for a 13-year-old or 15-year-old to know and move through their life
access.
so, and then maybe meet with other founders, other people who have started, so they feel comfortable walking in space, asking someone for help, or like shouting out their idea, like I want to do a thing, and people are like, that's cool. And then the last part is the experience. So we know youth, even if they're interested in starting something, they're very busy and they may be engaged in other things. Maybe they're, an athlete or in band or engaged in other extracurricular. So as an adult founder, it takes forever to get something up off the ground, right? So they don't have kind of the staying power to like make it happen. But if Echo could stand up an initiative and then hire some teen innovators or some teen leaders to experience entrepreneurship, to do the project tracking, to even set that up, to create a budget, to create the marketing, to write the impact reports, to actually implement the program, right? If we can do that, my long-term bet is then those youth, as they grow into adults, will engage in entrepreneurship in a different way. And be more comfortable and feel like they belong there.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing. So right now, 2 years post-merger, we're in this space of trying to build that circular economy. We have youth that are helping some of our adult entrepreneurs. We have adults who are mentoring or supporting or hiring our youth, right? How do we do more of that? How do we then make that available to anybody?
And that kind of feeds off of the question that I was going to ask you, because anyone who is even thinking about possibly being an entrepreneur, we all know it starts with an idea.
Right.
And oftentimes people won't move forward because they're intimidated or they don't know where to go, they don't have the resources, they get overwhelmed, or they just don't have that belief in themselves.
Yep.
So for the individual who's saying, I have an idea, I don't know what to do, how can Echo help that person, or just put the puzzle pieces together for them?
I don't think that that's an uncommon experience for anybody that's dabbled in entrepreneurship, right? And I think a lot of us are drawn to entrepreneurship to have some agency, right, around our lives, our futures. Yeah. So I have an idea. I want to start something, but I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. So Echo, for sure, just having conversations with us. So reaching out to Echo, talking to Ken, talking to myself, because Ken works for us now. You know, having a conversation. We had an entrepreneur come in the other day who participated in a program last year. So she was in a cohort, this 10-week cohort. She also we kind of teed her up for a grant. She was able to receive a grant, and she came into the office just to get some advice. And 4 of us were like on that. So she's asking for help around some media and website. And so we're connecting her with our marketing manager, and Sally was there. So Sally was helping out with some HR questions. So it's having the conversation, building relationships. And then there's a way that we could help navigate the resources out there, because we're not the only ESO in town. ESO is Entrepreneurial Support Organization, by the way. It's another jargony word. And also it is a cottage industry, y'all. We're like, this didn't exist. So we're still trying to figure it out, and like what industry standards and how do we do better, be better. But we could help. I have, since becoming CEO, it's been very important to me that Echo is part of the conversation here in the Triangle, part of the entrepreneurial support conversation. I don't want to have programming or events or things that are duplicative or on top of someone else, right? I'd rather that if E3 Durham is doing a particular program or a thing, I want us to build before or after for them.
Absolutely.
Right? How can we help on that conversation, and that we're always part of either a collective, like on purpose, or collaborative on purpose. So building relationships. So we're, like Ken said, and I am really proud of like the connections and being able to throw out like, I don't know if you know this person, but I may know this person, or can you introduce me to this person? But reaching out and going, Kim, we need you to help this person. The same thing around what programming's out there, when to get involved. There is a group of about 12 to 15 other either service providers or entrepreneurial support organizations that are intentionally trying to work together to build that continuum. So reach out. Ken's great on the fly. He's made people cry this week in gratitude. I don't know the last time I made someone cry in gratitude. Yeah. So I know it will give out information, all that, but we're open all the time. We're also one of the only programs or nonprofits that's kind of year round. We stand stuff up all the time. My board, I think, gets a little bit of whiplash. Sorry. Because an opportunity is presented, or entrepreneurs are saying, oh man, like and I'm like, okay, we'll just, stand up a thing. So it's hard to even say, this is our calendar, and every 10 weeks we do this accelerator, or every year we have this program. We're kind of adapting. We're just year round. You can engage with us at any time.
So I have a question, and this is like a genuine question. So it's not scripted. This one is just kind of on my heart. The one thing I've noticed is working with you and being in just relationship with entrepreneurs, you literally talk about trusted relationships more than you talk about capital. It's like, we'll get to the capital, but the relationship piece is like priority. Like, we can get to the money, we'll find the money, but you drill into us about the relationship building and the connections that we have. Why is that so important to you, just to make sure like the entrepreneurs know that they're supported and it's not just about money, but also about these relationships?
In the there's one connection between your community and access to capital, right? The more community that you have and the relationships that you've built and the people that you are kind of pulling into your circle, like it's these orbits of, like, so we have Echo and TDS radio, there's kind of orbiting and occasionally we're like colliding, like to build that, it's just a numbers game. Eventually we're going to bump into someone that has access to capital or like, I'd like to give you some money because I really like the work you're doing. Right. So there's that. I also know, and I think everybody feels this. And if you pause for a minute and just think about where you are and you evaluate some successes that you've had, whatever it is, not necessarily in work, but in your personal relationships or in school or whatever it is, right? You didn't do it by yourself.
Right.
You did not do it by yourself. I love to think about not just like the formal relationship of somebody that you went to with the ask, right? Or you were engaged in a class or a program or a thing. And so you were engaged in that way. I love the accidental like opportunities, accidental collisions of like, so I'll tell one story. This is years ago. I was in Dallas and I was at a gala and just sitting there. It was my partner at the time. It was like his law firm. And then, so I ended up sitting next to a stranger, a woman who also had her own business. So it was a counseling business. She was an LPC and she had her own practice and she had other practitioners with her. It was really cool. So we're looking at each other's websites and just sitting there at this gala. And she's looking at mine and she was like, oh, your prices are too low. Your prices are too low. And I'm like, well, and like kind of equivocating, trying to like defend my decisions and the pricing. And that was it. Then the night went on. We never saw each other again. But I did think about it. And I thought, I wonder if that's true, and did a little bit of market research. It had been a while since we had changed our pricing. So I did make some adjustments. It changed everything, right? We all know like the exponential growth that can happen by just raising, right? Just a little here or there. It allowed me to, we got more clients so we could hire people who could do the work that I was doing to get me out of the way, right? To grow the business. It changed everything. And it was, so I want to create more opportunity for that to happen and not on accident. Right? Of these collisions of people talking to each other about their business. Like you said, like someone to come in and say, I have this idea, and be surrounded by other people that also are going through that or went through that recently. Like, I hear you. This is where I started. This is the experience I had. Not just relying on me. I'm not an expert other than I have a few years experience. That's it. Nobody gets a PhD in entrepreneurship. This is not a thing. Right. Although there are universities now that are wanting to like, you can major in entrepreneurship, which is great, but it is the lived experience.
Yes,
and
exactly.
then finding other people like that. So I think there's that. I know for sure I would not be here I am today without people that really cared about the work that I was doing or cared about me as a person or cared about, right, the impact that we were making. And so some of these things are so cliche, like we're better together and all that, but it's all true.
But it's true.
It's all true. Yeah.
So then where do you see the Durham ecosystem with entrepreneurship, like within the next like 3-5 years? Like where do you see that going? And then Echo's footprint in it?
We are actively working on an eco map. So as a collective, so again, there are 12 to 15 committed organizations to do work on building, again, this like continuum, this path. So there's a website, everybody, you could go to, because you can register your business, you could join, everything's free. So if you have a business, it's NC, like North Carolina, EEM.org, NCEAM.org.
Put it in the chat.
This is an eco map. So you can go in and you could search if you're looking for entrepreneurial support, if you're looking for events, if you're looking for a service provider, you can search there for help. You can narrow that down by region. So we are working with the eco map builder to make sure that that is a quality map. And then for Durham, create some curated lists. Where's the money? Where are the events? Where, if you are a niche entrepreneur, so if you're a creative entrepreneur, where are those resources? Where do you access that? If you're a service provider. So we are working, and this is based on some strategic planning that we were engaged for a couple of years and kind of creating a strategic plan for all of the ESOs. So I'm hoping in sooner than that, I'm really hoping in 18 months, we have a really clear interactive map to, like Kim's question. If you're a brand new entrepreneur with just an idea and I maybe like, where do you start? I would love for there to be like some type of virtual visual that you can click on and look, and it stays updated and we're all working together. Additionally, that we're talking to one another and building programs that add to the conversation and allow one organization to do a startup weekend and then allow another organization to build the accelerator afterward. Let another organization really focus on the capital, and that we're doing it together. And I hope that's where we get. Durham, man, I love this town. It is my chosen home. And just this rich history and the pride that we take. I mean, if you think about downtown, and we don't have a chain down here.
Right.
There are a lot of problems with downtown. There's some issues here for sure, but I think most cities have it.
Absolutely.
And you feel like it's super important and super personal,
right,
and a big deal because you're living in it. But a lot of small cities face this. Austin went through made this kind of major shift. So I'm really proud of the decisions that Durham has made to keep it entrepreneurial. It's one of the reasons why we want to make sure that Echo stays downtown, mostly for the youth.
Right.
I don't want to be over in, a neighborhood. I don't want to be close to a school because then it becomes specific to that neighborhood.
Correct. Yeah.
Downtown, the roots are deep, and I want to respect it, and I want to build on it. All the things. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's where we are.
With Echo having the idea of being the entrepreneurial type YMCA, do you see Echo in other cities?
For sure. For sure. I would love to see not Echo in other cities. I would like to see Echo supporting other cities, building their own community center. I don't want Echo to think that we have the answer. Right? We don't have the answer for my hometown is Detroit. I was born, all my family's Detroit. We moved to Texas when I was young, but Detroit's home. I would not want to go into Detroit and tell Detroit how to do Echo. Right.
That would be the same way with Pittsburgh. You're not coming in Pittsburgh telling them how to do.
No.
Yeah.
But there is some secret sauce on some of the work that we've done. And so whether it's the youth to adult, whether it's the user-centered model, whether it's we're positioning Echo more as a social enterprise. So that work for nonprofits to be sustainable and last through all of these changes, no matter what the administration is, right? Or the direction philanthropy is going, nonprofits struggle to be sustainable, right? So are there ways to position yourself in kind of that social enterprise space without changing your 501c3 status? If we've kind of figured out some of the ways that made that possible for us, then is there a way that we could open source a playbook and then provide any type of consultative services to a Detroit or to a Pittsburgh if someone there would like for an Echo to exist?
Right.
That's what I would love.
Great idea. So before we get you out of here, though, let's talk about the deep end. That's a big deal. It's a huge deal. So let's talk about the deep end and what it is and what's coming up, and then how people can be a part of it and donate to it and all the things.
I'm so excited about the deep end. I'm so excited. We really want this end of year party to feature community. So it is a fundraiser. Every nonprofit has to have one, right? Again, thinking about sustainability, right? We need funds to be able to continue to like operate. And if we're the infrastructure and if we're building programs and connecting, so the deep end is really a play on the anti-Shark Tank, right? Because Shark Tank is kind of me against you, right? And that's not really how it works. Although, I mean, people do pitch and they do get money, so it does exist, but we want to be the anti-Shark Tank. So the deep end, no sharks, no tanks. It's also in that kind of disruptor space. I don't want Echo to be seen as, or we are engaging in as, a co-working space. There are plenty. We're sitting in one. Like there's so many very cool, awesome co-working spaces in Durham. We don't need to be that.
Right.
That's not in conversation.
Right.
We could be the opposite of that. We are about programs and community. Not that co-working spaces aren't, but co-working spaces, they're space.
Right.
And there's programming that's extra. That's like an add-on, but essentially you're kind of a landlord. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'd rather that we're a community center where the programming and the getting stuff done together is first. And then if you happen to need a chair and a seat for a minute, great. Or you need a locker to store your stuff. It's great. So the deep end, I want us to come together as community. I want entrepreneurs that not necessarily entrepreneurs that have gone through our program and for them to come up and say, Echo was great, right? That's super helpful. But we've met with so many people, even just tangentially of like what you said, like meeting me somewhere and me going, oh, maybe you should go over here. And I want you to meet this person. And they did, or they come back. So I want them to come and talk to the community around the power of this entrepreneurs building entrepreneurs and how they have been able to move ahead. I would love we have several kind of community champions coming to talk about the need for this, right? The need for community and it to be activated and not just kind of buzzy, right? Your network is your net worth. Like, it's buzzy and it is true, but I want to quantify it. I want to formalize it. I want to bottle it and make it happen over and over. So everybody's welcome. We'll put the website in the chat.
Absolutely.
The echo-nc.org.
Yes, come on, director. She said, get on it. Get on your job. Get on your job. Get on your job.
Right? You can buy a ticket. If you are listening and you would like to be a community champion, please reach out. You can reach out to Ken directly. You can reach out to Anjanette. However, we're going to put that in there, right? Because we would love to hear your story of why you think not Echo. This isn't Echo. We just want to be the vehicle. Again, we're the infrastructure, right? But if you believe that community supporting each other, intentionally helping one another move the needle with small business and Main Street businesses, we want you there.
Yes.
You don't have to be on the dais and have a mic. You could just be there and meet our entrepreneurs, meet our teens that have started businesses, or meet our teens that lead our program through paid internships, meet our board, and just come be in community. I promise y'all there's going to be good food.
I know that's right.
And there's going to be some alcohol. Because everybody likes a little cocktail. It's on a Thursday night, so we'll just have a little cocktail, have a little snacks, some sweets by Ari's Sugar Symphony.
Oh, yay.
My little Ari. You'll get to hear her story. Y'all, it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. And it's just us all kind of holding hands and saying, let's go.
Well, you have to be there. So
yeah, I'm gonna be there.
I will join you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be there. Now, the one thing that we like to do with the plug before we get out of here is plug another business so that we can contact them and say, hey, Anjanette said tag, you're it. You're the next person on the plug. So who would you like to plug as far as an entrepreneur or even somebody who's a facilitator? Who would you specifically like to plug next?
So I'm going to go to another ESO because I could say an entrepreneur, you've got the list. Like we've got a list of all, anybody who's been involved in Echo over the years, you're welcome. And if you're listening and you're like, I want to make sure I'm on that list, let us know. But I would like to call out Mel Wright with the Wright Village. So she's one of the people that I met early on, after we kind of merged, but I was kind of stepping into the adult support space. And I met Mel. Man, she's just been such a touchstone for me. And she's doing some really, really incredible work in Raleigh.
Okay.
So
Mel, you're up. So
Mel, you're up.
Yesterday
I just saw her
when
last
I
night.
seen you and you was like, to me jokingly, but you still did it. Now I'm coming back at you. You're up now. So come on to TDS Radio. I'll make sure I reach out to you and I'm going to show you this clip so that you know that you were tagged
Mel's
by
my girl.
Anjanette.
All right.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know if you had another question.
Oh no.
Oh,
'Cause you
okay.
said this is the last question before we get about
Did I
it.
say that?
You
I
did.
say that.
She
I'm
does
tired.
listen.
Yeah, I'm tired.
we listen.
And we got so then tomorrow, if anybody's
Listen,
interested and
remember.
you're interested in coming in, the siblings will be running the cohort tomorrow. So Kim will be there tomorrow, and she will be talking about marketing, how to draw leads, how to make things interesting for your leads so basically you can go get customers. And then we're going to be showing that also with social media. So how we do what we do with social media. So I get to work underneath my little sister tomorrow.
The Sids are in the house.
Get to work.
So yeah. So this is TDS Radio. Once again, any type of information that you need, you can always hit us up at info@tdsradio.com. And if you want anything as far as Echo,
And on the website.
I'm sorry, and the website is www.tdsradio.com. And we did put the Echo website in the chat.
We did.
So then you can make sure you can hit me up there. You can hit Anjanette up there. And then we also have Deanna and we have McKinley. McKinley does stuff with marketing. And then we have our chief of staff, Deanna, which she's amazing too. So anything that you need help with CRM and all that stuff, that's the person to go to. So make sure you reach out. Let's keep this connection going. This is TDS Radio, our voice, our culture. Oh, the playback. I'm sorry. Playback will be on Thursday if you want to hear this all again.
Well, yeah, on TDS Radio, but the interviews will be up on our website tomorrow.
Yes. So they'll be on the website. And then if you want to hear the interviews just playing on the radio station, which we want you to download the app.
Because you know what? Let me tell y'all something. real quick. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I work my tail off for this music curation on our website. I mean, on our radio station. So I want you to take the time because I specifically select music that I know is just going to just give you the ooh-ah sensation or a little bit of nostalgia or just a song that you're like, I haven't heard that in a minute. Let me turn the radio up. So I need y'all to go to Google Play or the App Store, download the TDS Radio app, and actually listen to the music. Okay?
There it is.
That's it.
And then you're going to hear a little programming.
Yeah, hello.
All right.
Hello.
Promise.
Have a good night. Peace.
Bye.